Give the dogs some water. They're being needy today. But in my defense, I did wake up late, so super late as hell. I rolled out of the bed at 11 o'clock. I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to be live at 11. Oh well. But um, this is going to be a heavy trigger warning, so I just want to let some of y'all know that this is it's some deep shit, and it's going to be hard to process. I'm a firm believer in if you do the crime, you do the time. Straight up. I'm a firm believer in that. If you do fuck shit, you got to pay that price. But I don't believe in them getting tortured, raped, or any of that while they're in prison. I don't believe in that shit. I'm sorry. If they did the crime, unless you're a chomo, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care what they do to your ass. Period. And this is dealing with that a lot. But I wanted to bring this up because I'm seeing smaller news stations talk about it. Hey, Bo, but it's not on that national scale, and I want to know why it's not on the national scale, because this is a fucking issue that is going on. It's a big issue. Um, Alabama prison systems complex. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on down there. Like, y'all had two lawsuits filed against y'all. Alabama Department of Corrections has two lawsuits filed against them in 2019 and in 2021 due to such of the corruption that's going on. What's up, Arctic? And they're still fucking doing it. That's the crazy part. They're still fucking doing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down the first part of the case. Like, it's not, the first part is not about Jeff Hall. This is how I originally found out about this, was about Daniel Williams. Some of y'all may know his story, some of y'all may not. But that's how I originally found out about Alabama's Department of Corrections and the shit that they got going on down there. That's how I found out about it. Oh, you're gonna have to wait till I'm in the middle of some shit right now. Um, so let's start with Daniel's case, and then I will move over to Jeff Hall, the guy that's on the thumbnail. I will go into his story, but Daniel's case is the one that really brought it to me at first. So Daniel Williams was 22 years old. Okay. And he was in Alabama prison complex. He was at the Stanton facility in Elmore. It is a compound. Thank you, Josh. Hey, Bo. It is a compound. So they literally have three prisons on this one compound. Some of y'all may be familiar with Stanton Correction Facility. I'm not. I'm not from Alabama, as y'all know. I'm from Tennessee. So I don't know too much about it, but I did, do my research as far as how many inmates and all of that. Daniel was serving a year for theft. Hey, Nicole. He was serving a year for theft. They ended up finding him in his cell, unconscious, no movement, none of that, okay? When they found him, check this shit out. When they found him, it took the prison officials 3 days to call his family. That's first of all. They told the family, hey, he's in the hospital, yada, yada. They didn't tell him, or they didn't tell his family that he was brain dead. And the fucking excuse that they gave the family was he OD'd. Luckily, ain't nonsense. Luckily, The attending nurses at Jackson Hospital, and shout out to Jackson Hospital for calling that shit out. Thank y'all for that. Shout out to y'all. I have to give y'all that. Shout out to y'all. The attending nurse sat there and told his daddy, that ain't no fucking OD. They raped him. They beat him. They pimped him out for I don't know how long. And true enough, it possibly could have been over debt, drugs, or whatever the case may have been. But the prison officials knew for 3 days that man was there unconscious and they didn't do a motherfucking thing. Nothing. Left him there. He was, of course, declared brain dead upon his arrival. He was taken off of life support. The warden lied and told, like I said, to the family and said Daniel OD, but people inside the facility disputed the OD claim and said Daniel was kidnapped, beaten, raped, and sold to other inmates for 3 days. Now, check this out. As we were getting further along, so I'm starting to dig deeper about this Stanton facility. Stanton in Elmore, Alabama. The complex, the compound, where there's 3 prisons. Um, during research, 12 cops at Stanton, along with adjoining Elmore and Draper prisons, have been arrested for assaulting inmates in the past 2 years alone. 12. The DOJ, of course, launched a lawsuit back in 2019. Daniel's father, Terry Williams, stated that his son's body showed signs of physical abuse. An attending doctor stated he'd never seen anything like this when Daniel had got there. Throughout his 30 years of practicing medicine, Terry called the warden. He asked him why did he lie and say it was an OD when it was obvious it was an assault. And the warden said, surprise, surprise, it's under investigation. A nurse told the family that there were visible handprints and bruises in between Daniel's thighs and legs. That's why I said heavy trigger warning on this. This is getting deep, y'all. To add insult to injury, the hospital removed Daniel from life support on November 5th. Daniel was transferred back to the medical ward at Kilby Correctional to die November 9th. They basically sent him back to prison to die. And he was already brain dead. What the fuck? Like, y'all. What was the point of transferring him back? What was the point of transferring him back? He was already fucking brain dead. What was he gonna do? Escape? You had to be that fucking petty that you couldn't give that family closure, that you sent him back to a different prison and they couldn't be around. The Alabama Department of Corrections said in a statement on the phone on Thursday, November 9th, and the inmate death was reported at Kilby. Daniel was found unresponsive in the healthcare unit. Medical staff attempted to revive him, but was unable to resuscitate him, and he was pronounced deceased by attending physician. On Sunday, October 22nd, a possible inmate on inmate assault was reported at Stanton. Daniel was discovered unresponsive in his dorm and was transported to the healthcare unit. Medical personnel treated Daniel. The decision was made to transfer him to an area hospital for further evaluation and treatment and remained at the hospital until his family decided to take him off of life support, in which then you sent him right back to fucking prison to pull the plug. Make this shit make sense. And honestly, you wasted taxpayers' dollars because I know good and damn well that transport costs money. So why in the fuck did make this shit make sense, Alabama? Make it make sense. He was already brain dead. His family had already said we're pulling the plug. There's nothing else we can do. And then you take him back to fucking prison to pull the plug. What kind of fuckery is going on down there, bro? And see, I'm not in Alabama, so I don't know what the fuck, besides what I see in the news. But I knew this shit when I seen the second story come out about a different inmate dying, and his shit is even fucking worse. Wait till I get to his. It struck a nerve with me, and I said, nah, let me go ahead and do Daniel's story and Jeff's story, because at first I wasn't even gonna cover it. I had intended to do it, and then I was like, you know what? Because I didn't hear anything else about it. But now that we got a second death coming out of here, and the second one gets, like I said, is even worse because he was a DOJ informant. Surprise, surprise. In August of 2023, Correctional Sergeant Devlon Williams was found guilty of assaulting a defenseless prisoner at Staten. In 2018, repeatedly punching, kicking an inmate in the main hallway at Staten with a collapsible baton. Sergeant Williams is one of the 12 officers who had been arrested, prosecuted, and convicted for assaulting inmates within Elmore, Staten, and Draper Prison Complex. In July 2023, Sergeant DeMarcus Murray was charged with murder of an inmate. Reuben Murray was killed at Elmore. Murray was taken to a holding cell at the back of the prison and was beaten up by officers, was told to ignore his pleas for help. Murray died at the Jackson Hospital later that day. What else? In October of 2023, correctional officer Lenitria Hasbury was arrested for bringing 170 grams of Mary Jane into the Staten and selling it to inmates for $1,000. Bitch, you lowballed yourself. You a damn fool. That should have been $10K off top. Don't ask me how I know, but you a damn fool, dumbass. If you're gonna risk your job, you need to do it big or go home, dumbass bitch. 3 days later, inmate Timothy Walden died from a suspected OD. A video showed him hunched over and unconscious on the toilet before he was found. Another Alabama prison in the same week jailed Charles Harris died from a suspected OD just 11 days before his release date. This follows ongoing federal investigations into the violence in Alabama prisons. In 2019, the DOJ released a report alleging prison conditions violated inmate civil rights. The report stated that the state did not take enough actions to prevent inmate-on-inmate violence and sexual abuse, failure to protect them from excessive force by staff, and failure to provide safe conditions of confinement. Of course, the DOJ has sued them. According to the lawsuit, Alabama violated the 8th and 14th Amendments by failing to prevent prisoner-on-prisoner violence and sexual abuse. Yes, they did rape Daniel numerous times. He was pimped out, basically. Also failed to protect prisoners from the use of excessive force by staff and failed to provide safe conditions of confinement. The DOJ inspected 13 men prisons over 24 days and arranged interviews with thousands of inmates. The EJI, which is the Equal Justice Initiative nonprofit organization that advocates for these inmates' rights, has branded Williams' death as tragic and preventable, alleging that the case like this occur all too frequently in Alabama's prison systems. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. When you got the warden fucking lying to families, you got staff doing what the fuck they want to do, bringing drugs in, selling it, doing all this shit. I wonder why. That's just like the Rankin County Goon Squad. That is a culture that y'all fostered in these prison systems. Hey, Grandma, that is something that y'all have literally put into these prison guards' head that it's okay to do this. Because I guarantee if the DOJ wasn't down there breathing down y'all asses right now, y'all would still be doing this bullshit. But Lord, let me get the Jeffs. Ooh, I can't wait to get the Jeffs. Because Jeffs, oh, y'all really gonna be like, what the fuck? In February 2023, one family filed a lawsuit, Anthony Dan Mitchell family, claiming he froze to death at Walker County Jail in Alabama after he was kept naked in a concrete cell and believed he was placed in a freezer or other frigid environment. Anthony arrived at the hospital emergency room with a temperature of 72 degrees. The normal body temperature is 98.6. How does that happen? The emergency room doctor who was working on Anthony wrote, I do believe hypothermia was the ultimate cause of death, according to the court docs filed by Anthony's mother. Bingo, how did that happen? Jail video shows Anthony, who was mentally ill, was kept naked in the concrete floored isolation cell, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit also claims it speculated Anthony was placed in the jail kitchen, walk-in freezer, or similar frigid environment, and left there for hours because his body temp was so low. Then you had another inmate that literally baked to death. Thomas Lee Rutledge, 44, in December 2022, according to the lawsuit filed by his family. Thomas died by hypothermia on December 7, 2020, in the mental ward at William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility in Bessemer, Alabama. Thomas was found unresponsive with a body temperature of 109. The cell temp was reported to be 101 to 104 degrees. Suit also accused prison staff, warden, and contractors of deliberate indifference and malice in his death. And that was all in the past, 4 years? But it gets better. Let's get to Jeffrey Hall. Now, Jeffrey Hall was serving a life sentence, and he was 21 years into that life sentence. But Jeffrey decided to do the right thing and snitch on these fucking prison guards and the system. He was the DOJ informant, okay? He helped build the case against Alabama prison systems. He is one of the key informants in the case. Jeffrey's Hall wife, Lisa Hall, has demanded a full investigation into how he died and whether his cooperation in the Fed probe had anything to do with it. Lisa stated, when I think about it now, Jeff tried to warn me something like this would happen. They didn't talk about it over the phone because you know phones are not private. But Jeff had told her, he said it. He was like, "It's gonna catch up to me one day," and boy, did they catch up to him. They fucked him bad. They fucked him bad. Jeff Hall, 65 years, was serving a life sentence in Limestone Correctional Facility in Harvest, Alabama, which is about a 2 hour and 55-minute drive from Stanton Correction Complex. So, you know. Jeff, like I said, he had already served his 21 years of that life sentence. He was found dead March 29th, 2024. 6 weeks after Jeff's death, Lisa has yet to receive an official cause of death. She has not received an autopsy report. She has not received a death certificate. And on the grounds, that is a subject of an ongoing investigation. Prison officials say Jeff had been on a chronic, heavy quotation, chronic care, which is a fucking lie. He was not under chronic care. The only thing he took was blood pressure medication, but he was not under fucking chronic care. His wife attests to this. He was not under chronic care. They're full of shit, but that's the statement that they want to put out. And his wife sat here and said he was healthy as a horse. Lisa stated that Jeff, and this is the truth, they tried to basically sit here and say, like, blah, 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 yada, yada, that he was basically, he died because of heart failure. Bullshit. Lisa stated that Jeff was moved from his honor dorm, which was his safe dorm, where he was safe at. He was good. He was safe here. They moved him with no explanation from a relative safe honor dorm, like I said, and moved him to the L dorm. The L dorm, guess what? Surprise, surprise, is full of you know who? Gang members. Now, what you there for? What you move him from where he was safe to some bullshit place that you know he ain't safe? And one of the fucking text messages that an inmate sent to his wife, literally, it stated, "I'm hearing they moved him to a gang cell because he talked to the DOJ. And the gang members wouldn't let him go and stay in there, and the police wouldn't let him come back out the door." So y'all knew the gang members didn't want him in the L dorm. Y'all knew this. One of his friends called Lisa earlier that evening and said Jeff had been moved and they didn't know why. That call happened around 6 p.m. Lisa finally heard from Jeff around 8 p.m. and Lisa asked him what's going on. And he said that prison officials wouldn't tell him. They wouldn't give him an answer as to why they moved him, nothing. They just moved him. Jeff also told Lisa there was a virus going around in the L dorm. And he said the virus was making everyone nauseous. He said he was in there 30 minutes and he started to feel sick and nauseous. Lisa later learned Jeff had to go to another dorm to use a phone because the phones in L dorm were not working. After they finished saying their goodbyes, she received a call a few hours later. Jeff was gone. She literally just talked to her husband. Now he's gone. He's dead. In less than fucking 4 hours. Now I know shit happens. I know freak accidents happen. I know crazy shit happens. But there's too much of a coincidence with coincidences for this shit with me. Especially when y'all know y'all already have the DOJ breathing down y'all's motherfucking backs because y'all don't know how to treat prisoners. True enough, like I said from the jump, if you do a crime, goddamn it, you gotta do the time. I'm a firm believer in that, okay? So don't get it fucked. And if you're a fucking chomo, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. Period. I don't. Because if you did it once, you'll do it again. Ain't no goddamn rehabilitation for them folks. There ain't no discussing that with me. Fuck that. But anybody else in there, whether you know, like murder, robbery, whatever, if you did it, ask for your forgiveness. Ain't got shit to do with it. Either you learned from it or you didn't. But what we're not gonna do is treat them like fucking animals. That's what we not finna do. And that's what y'all are doing. Y'all are playing fucking goddamn, what's that movie? Fight Club. Punky is everywhere. And unfortunately, I can say it's the same thing going on in my state too. I can say that, like, because I've been looking into, for the ones that don't know, here in Memphis, we have two jails. Well, we have the prison and then we have the jail. 201 is our jail. We've had at least, I want to say, I know for sure four, maybe a fifth one die this year alone already under weird ass circumstances. And people, we have been crump all of these folks down here trying to figure out why the fuck inmates is dying at 201. Now, the penal farm we don't hear too much about, which is a prison that we have. Deaths ain't happening like that out there, but it is at 201. Like, what the fuck? What is the penal farm doing different that they're not losing lives like 201 is? Now, true enough, what y'all got going on down there in Alabama, though, let me give y'all the numbers. Y'all have had 40 die in this year alone. That's this year. And statistics from that is kept by prison advocates. That is this year alone. And we're only, what, 5 months in? We just started a new month. Last year, y'all had 325 inmates die. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. It is 5 times the national average, and y'all are the highest rate since records have begun. That's Alabama, which is shocking because usually Mississippi be on some fuck shit. Everybody know. If you ain't heard about Parchment, they're shutting Parchment down. Thank you, Jesus. Parchment is fucking horrible, man. I don't. I've had family in Parchment. I don't. But 5 times the national average, and that is the highest in this U.S. That shit is not cool. And like I said, usually Mississippi be the one to be topping that type of shit. But no, here comes Alabama, and they're like, nope, we got that. We got that crime. Yeah, y'all do. That's very fucking unfortunate. But, like I said, she got the phone call that Jeff had passed around 8, not 8. She had got the phone call about 12 or 1 that Jeff had passed. An official statement by the prison. On Friday, March 29, 2024, an inmate, Jeffrey Hall, was discovered unresponsive in a cell. Medical staff responded and was pronounced deceased by the attending physician. Hall had been under, once again, let me put this, heavy quotations, chronic care for an ongoing medical condition. And that's bullshit. The only thing he took was pills for high blood pressure. I've even taken them before. I mean, I don't know how. Now, Lisa has been communicating with other inmates after Jeff passed. According to one prisoner, the police slash guards moved him where the gangs could get him. Another stated Hall was moved after prison guards ordered a hit, which I do believe. He also stated it was told to me that their drug tested H dorm, and 15 minutes after the drug test, they moved him to L dorm. Lisa is adamant that Jeff didn't do drugs. Sources inside the prison also confirm this and say Jeff didn't do drugs. There has been no statement whatsoever to the effect that he failed the test or if even one was truly given. And rumor on the prison is that Jeff is actually the second DOJ informant to die. And the other rumor is, check this one out, y'all. Surprise, surprise. Guess what's going on? The prison guards is giving out the informants' names to the other prisoners, such as the gang members, to take them out. And I believe it. I believe it. Because we've had guards here that got caught doing the same fucking thing, releasing confident information that they wasn't supposed to be doing to get somebody knocked the fuck off in jail. But Jeff is the second informant to die in Alabama's prison system. And I want to know how in the hell did these prison guards get the DOJ informants' information? How are they privy to that information? Does anybody know? I could see them talking to the warden, but prison guards, how did they get that info? Mr. Warden, I need you to explain some shit to me. How you know which inmates is informants on your ass? How all of a sudden you start moving them in the middle of the night, and next thing you know, in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, they gone, they end up dead. How? Then you got prisoners sitting here. Now, all that, now, true enough, probably some of them are trying to, I get it. Some prisoners lie. I mean, but when you got so many in here saying, no, they literally dropping informants' names and giving it to other. What you dropping names for? Oh, I know why. Because if you get caught with the fuck shit you doing, you know your ass could end up in prison for a very, very long ass time. Well, I don't know because hell, look at the Rankin County Goon Squad. Only the officers went to jail when we've been asking Sheriff Bailey whack ass to resign because his punk ass sat there once again, fostered that culture, and he lied and said, I didn't know nothing about it. You a motherfucking lie. Motherfuckers have been complaining on them goddamn officers for I don't know how long. Even Memphians knew to keep our asses out of Rankin County because of them motherfuckers. So you knew what was going on. And guess what happened to him? Nothing. We've told him to resign. That motherfucker straight up looked us dead in the face and said, I ain't going no motherfucking where. At what point I don't know what it'll take. I don't know what law it'll take. I don't know. But I feel like once your team has been compromised like this, your ass need to go and your team need to go. It starts from the top and go on down to the bottom because you in order to get that moldy ass thinking, that's what I call it, moldy fucking thinking. In order to get that moldy ass thinking out of the organization, you got to redo the whole organization. That means get rid of everybody from top to fucking bottom. And that includes elected officials. Because I guarantee some of them know about that shit too. They just, once again, y'all know I like saying that shit. They'll sit there and do that. What you mean? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. They'll pull that bullshit. So I know exactly what's going on down there. Like it's a culture that is fostered. It is praised. It is given kudos and all of that shit. Yeah, they are, Josh. That's why, and I tell people this all the time, and people don't believe me, but I highly suggest if you work in corporate America and you have a 401k, I highly suggest you looking into what your 401k is invested in. And the reason why I say that is because I found out that some of my investments were in private prisons. And I'm sorry, I'm not for that. Put my money elsewhere, move it. I don't give a fuck. Well, that is a safe. I don't give a fuck if I don't care if it brings me $1 million. I don't want my money in that bullshit. I'm not supporting making money and off another man or woman's plight. I'm not. Sorry, not sorry. Move my fucking money, or I tell you what, I would draw the bitch and just go on about my business. And they finally moved it. It took me going back and forth with them about 2 months, and they finally moved it because I was adamant about it. No, you're finna move my shit. I'm not with this shit. I got people in prison. True enough, some of them deserve to be there. True enough. They needed to sit down, honestly. Either they're going to end up in jail, or, I mean, either they was going to end up dead or even worse out here. So I'd rather have them in jail. But I'm not finna make money off of somebody else's pain. I'm not with that shit, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, not with it. Sorry. Move my money elsewhere. So and it took about 5 months. I mean, 2 months to get it moved to a different investment. But I do highly, highly recommend y'all checking your 401k portfolio and find out what your money is being invested in, because a lot of times they will invest in these private prisons, because that is, I hate to say it, but that is guaranteed money. Because why? Prison systems are privatized. And I'm sorry, there's always going to be somebody in prison. So, but I'm not with it. I'm not trying to make money off of that. Hell no. Fuck that. No. That's karma. I ain't, shit. I already had enough karma in my life. I learned from that shit. What you put out, you get back 20-fold. Remember that shit. But going back to Jeff, multiple sources told Lisa that Jeff had complained of having chest pains, okay? Later that evening, after he had got off the phone with her. Inmates went to the door 5 separate occasions and banged on the door to get the guards' attention. The guards motherfucking, you hear something? Nah, I don't hear shit. 5 fucking times they ignored that man. 5. Ignored his cellmates because they banged on the door. They never fucking came. They never came. But you want to sit here and say you're doing right by the prisoners. Hey, Sticky. But I, I, I can only imagine what his wife is going through. I bet you won't pop out in this chat though. I bet you won't do that. Cause you know you're a weak ass bitch. I bet you won't do it. I dare you to pop your ass out in this chat. Please do. But you think I don't see you? Are you that dumb or you that goddamn stupid? You think I don't see you? Please pop your ass out in this chat so I can give you something. I ain't gonna block your shit. Pop out. I ain't gonna block you. I ain't even got no mods here, so come on, pop out. Please do it. Make my motherfucking Saturday. Please do. Oh, you stopped. Because you're a weak ass bitch and a coward. Like I thought you was. Okay. Now, like I was saying, sorry y'all. I guess they thought I didn't see they bitch asses. Uh, Conditions across Alabama's 13 prisons are allegedly so bad that the U.S. Department of Justice has sued them twice, like I said, in 2019 and in 2021. Um, of course, like I said, an excessive force. And the complaint is signed by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. In two and a half, this is a statement, in the 2.5 years following the United States' original notification of the state of Alabama of unconstitutional conditions of confinement, prisoners at Alabama's prisons for men have continued to daily endure high risk of death, physical violence, and sexual abuse at the hands of other prisoners. The conditions are pervasive, systematic across the 13 Alabama prisons for men, as indicated by the facility level and data. Examples of the violent sexual abuse and excessive force and unsafe physical conditions. Oh no, they was I know y'all didn't see it. They was playing with the emojis. I don't see shit funny about inmates dying at the hands of bullshit. Yeah. I don't see shit funny. I don't at all. So I guess they thought I didn't see them. I do pay attention, y'all. Just FYI. But I wanted you to pop out in the chat. Make my motherfucking Saturday. Please do. I got time today, goddamn it. I ain't doing shit. I'm off work. I got motherfucking time today. Since you want to be petty, though, hang on. No, ain't shit funny about it. Like I said, I'm all a firm believer if you do the crime, you do the motherfucking time. But at the end of the day, you don't deserve this shit. Nobody deserves this shit. That's worse than being treated like a that's worse than being treated like a goddamn animal. A circus animal at that. It's worse. and you have the DOJ involved in it. And Wise Angel, we have the same thing going on. We have the same thing going on in our prison system. We have being crowded. We have it, people, mysterious ass deaths, like I just mentioned with Daniel and Jeff. You've had people do weird ass shit. Like it is. I want the DOJ to do right and actually get to the bottom of this, but if they don't fucking figure out a way to stop these prison wardens and prison guards from killing all the fucking informants, then we're not really gonna have a chance now, are we? And like I said, I still want to know how in the fuck do these prison guards know in which inmate is working with the DOJ? How do you know which one is informants? How does your prison guard know which one's the informants? Please tell me, because that is the second informant to die at that facility. Hey, Amethyst. But it's not adding up to me. And like I said, with Daniel's case, I originally was going to talk about it. But then when I seen Jeff's case happen, like literally right after it, I got a problem with that. Hold on, wait a minute. First we had, and like the other ones I have read off, all of them have died, and all of that shit could have been prevented. Y'all let Daniel get great. You let him get pimped out for 3 days. You let him sit in the hospital without calling his family. Then you call his family and you tell him it's a fucking OD, and it's not. Alabama is the worst. Literally, they are. They are the fucking worst. Like the numbers do not lie. Last year alone, they had 325 deaths. They literally 5 times the national average. 5 times the national average. And that's the highest rate since they started taking records. Alabama's beating everybody when it comes to prison and deaths. Oh, see, Amethyst, that's foul. That's fucked up. That's some foul shit. That's some foul shit. I'm sorry, because if any of my family members is not, tell me, goddammit. So I want to know so we can make arrangements on the outside. Don't wait till the last minute, then dump a body on me. That's some foul shit thinking about it. That's some real foul shit. I know that in Alabama Department of Corruption, I'm gonna keep saying that because that's exactly what the fuck it sounds like is going on here. They're attempting to cover up all of these deaths within its walls. And like I said, you gotta start from the top, go all the way down to the motherfucking bottom. Because at this point, everybody in that bitch is corrupt. You got the wardens calling folks to the families and lying to them. You got the guards sitting here ordering hits and shit on informants. How does I'm not letting that shit go. How do the guards know which inmates are the fucking informants to the DOJ? And key informants at that. Yeah, it's and when it's that fucking bad to the point where the DOJ has literally sat here and sued your ass twice, and that's the issue I have. The DOJ has literally sued Alabama Department of Correction twice, and they still doing this shit. So does that tell you they are still doing the same shit? This is not the first time. This is the second time. This ain't the third. These are countless fucking deaths after death after death. And nobody, I mean, yes, you have prison advocates and I seen Daily Mail, and there was one other station that had ran with the story. Those are really the only ones that are picking up on this, and I'm like, man, what is the folks in Alabama doing? Because if that was me and I had folks in that prison system, I would be raising nine kinds of hell. Hell no. Every last one of you motherfuckers got a roll. Period. Get the fuck up out of there. Yes, it needs to be overhauled because this shit goes so deep. It, it mm. When you have the TOJ sue your ass twice and you still doing the same shit, you don't care. And evidently you feel like ain't shit finna happen. And I'm just gonna keep taking these inmates out and have mysterious ass death and blame it on a health condition, that false ass health condition, because like I said, they issued a statement and said he had chronic condition. What the fuck? Taking blood pressure medication all of a sudden now is a chronic condition? Make that one make sense. I didn't know it was this bad in Alabama. I didn't. I didn't know it was this bad until I started looking up all this shit and looking up the facilities and looking up death rates and all of this shit and national averages. You motherfuckers is 5 times higher than the national average. And that's crazy as hell to me because, like I said, if you're in the South, then I'm pretty sure you've heard of Mississippi. Mississippi jails and prisons. Especially not. So that's why I was really shocked when they said they really are the number one in the country as far as inmate deaths. Wait, what? Y'all welcome. It shocked the fuck out of me, and I was like, nah. And then yes, Mississippi is horrible. You've never heard of Parchman? Look up Parchman prison in Mississippi. They have no air, they have no heat. In the wintertime, they fucking freeze. In the summertime, they fucking bake. Um, they literally told my cousin who was a cancer patient. Not true enough, I don't fuck with my cousin. He know what the fuck he did, and he know why he's on that shit list with me. I'm not gonna speak on it. But the stupid motherfucker was a confidential informant. They got caught selling to another confidential informant. Make that shit make sense. Beyond me, I don't know, but that's what happened. I swear to God, I got the paperwork. Anyway, he had cancer. They said, they told us to our face, Parchment for prison officials, our job is to feed him, not to treat him. They wouldn't give him chemo or radiation. They literally told us that to our face. Our job is to feed him, not to treat him. And I was like, what the are you serious? Like, so if an inmate is sick down there, y'all ain't treating shit. Y'all just gonna feed him and just throw him in a cell until he die? Yeah, pretty much. They don't care. Parchment is horrible. Now, they did recently, and I shared it on my page. It might be in my community post, DC. Yeah, not in Parchment. You're not getting no medical treatment. You're not. Um, Nisi, I had shared it on, I think it's on my community wall, but they are trying to shut Parchment down. And they're trying to do it over 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go back to the article, but they're trying to shut it down. They're trying to get inmates moved out to different prisons within Mississippi and trying to get it shut down because it's in such horrible shape that really it's not fit to be running or operating at all. Like I said, in the summertime, they fucking bake to death. In the wintertime, they freeze to death. They refuse to fucking treat anybody if you have any illnesses, cancer, heart disease, anything like that. They're not really. So that's why I said, like, Mississippi. Mm-mm. But then again, like I said, in Memphis at 201, see, we have two. We have the prison, which is the penal farm, and which is in Memphis, but it's over there towards Shelby Farm. See, I'm by Shelby Farm, so I'm like literally right down the street from the penal farm. Literally, I'm like maybe 5 minutes from that bitch. And then you have 201, which is downtown. At 201, we're in the same boat as Alabama. I'm not lying to you. We've had, and I wish Pika was on here because she could tell you as well. I think we've had 4 or 5 deaths already this year at the 201 Memphis City Jail. And weird ass circumstances to the point where Ben Crump is involved. He's literally been in, like, a lot of people don't know, but he's been staying in Memphis a lot. My sister, she's a social worker advocate. She works for the U of L. And she has, she has to go to court a lot because she has to deal with these cases, which I don't know how she does it because it's like I told her, I'd be trying to play, uh, getting vengeance and shit for the victims and shit. But I don't know how you do it because I couldn't. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. But she's been down at 201 a lot, and she said she had been seeing Ben Crump a lot. And that's because, like I said, we've had so many deaths at 201 that had been mysteriously happening, or like we had one. It wasn't no mysterious shit. We seen what happened on camera, but everybody was trying to figure out how it happened. They were in the holding cell, going in holding tank that was going into the courtroom. Okay, dude told another inmate, he said, I seen you before. You the one who broke in my house. And the dude was like, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. He was like, yeah, it was. It was you. And they was about to get the jacket in there. Well, all of a sudden, the dude that was like, no, it wasn't me, this man pulled out a fucking shank and shanked that man up and stabbed him in the neck. Killed him. So everybody's trying to figure out how the fuck did he have a shank in the holding cell that's going into the court? How? So we've had shit like that happen here. Hey, Devious. So that's we're in the same boat, but it's not on the scale where it's. I mean, well, shit, we got the DOJ here too, so there's that. But that's because of the whole Tyrese situation, and then of the shit that's been going, like I said, at 201, and conditions at 201, and really what MPD has been doing. That's what they're really focused on. They've been fucking with MPD tough, which they need to. Fuck out of here. Can't stand MPD whack ass. I can't stand them. I've had better experiences with troopers and sheriffs than I've had with MPD whack ass. They're assholes. And they act like folks don't go through shit. To whereas a trooper and a sheriff, I actually hear you out. So, but, um, I mean, everywhere is corrupt. I know this. I know California's fucked. And then with that, hey, do y'all still have that three strike out there? Any Bo in Cali? Do y'all still have that three strike? Thank you, Emerson. So that's what I figured. I figured y'all still had that three strike, and yeah, there's some. They should. They should. Meanwhile, motherfuckers here can go shoot up some shit, go get bond. Actually, you go get a RR, go right back out and go shoot up some more shit. Just saying. There's got to be a way, and it's got to be a solution in the middle, though, where everybody is happy out of this. No, we don't want criminals running around here consistently. But yes, there should have been bail reform. But here's my thing: it should have been bail reform on certain things. Like if you was robbing a fucking Save a Lot or something to get food, and your bail is so high that you can't bond out, then yeah, we should have bail reform for that. But murder, rape, anything like that, fuck out of here. I don't know how that shit got included in the bail reform. I guess folks didn't read that fine print though. Just saying. We do. We do. I'm telling y'all now, if it wasn't for me having, hell no, I'm not trans. Nothing wrong with trans, but no, I'm not trans. I know what I am. I was born a female. I'm a female, not trying to be a man, nothing like that. I just cut my fucking hair off. Cause why? Cause I could and I can. It'll grow back. But any other thing, PSP? Yeah. Hang on. Hang on. Thank you, Tom. You want attention, PSP? I'll give it to you if you want some attention. What the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck does trans or me being male to female, what the fuck does that got to do with inmates being fucking brutalized in Alabama prison systems? What the fuck does that got to do with anything? But some of you weird motherfuckers know how to come in here and derail a whole goddamn chat with. Y'all, what the fuck? What the fuck does that got to do with anything? Either you want this shit, Y'all are weird. Y'all are mad weird, man. I swear to God, y'all are weird. That's like I started a war in the comments on somebody else's. I stay going viral on the fucking comments, y'all. I started a whole goddamn war because I said, and I stand by what the fuck I said, so it is what it is. Literally, some of y'all may have seen the video. A dog had climbed over this farmer's fence, okay? It was a pit, unfortunately. Had climbed over this farmer's fence and had killed his hog. The hog was protecting his family because there was two other pigs that was in the pen. The man gonna sit here and say, "Get out." So the motherfucking dog climbed. I bullshit y'all not. The dog climbed the fence and got the fuck out. Okay. My ass, I said, I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. I even rescue dogs. But I also was raised on a farm. That dog wouldn't have made it over the fence. And that neighbor would have got a phone call. And I would have let them know you owe me a new pig and you can pick up your dog's body, by the way. Oh, folks got big mad at me. That's fucking wrong. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, were you raised on a farm? Do you know how this shit go? Do you? Because if you know something, then you know that dog already got a taste for blood. So that dog knows it has free range over your fucking livestock and will keep coming back until it fucking kills everything you fucking own. Especially if it's got shitty ass owners that's not gonna take the time to work with it. They got mad at me, said I was horrible. Like, I still stand. It still stands. I don't give a fuck how you feel. At the end of the day, I was raised on a farm. I know how that shit go. Exactly. That dog. I love dogs. Everybody know that shit. My fat ass 112 pound right here. He's right there. I don't. But my dogs are trained too. They don't fuck it. Now cats, they do not fuck with cats. It is what it is. I know not to take them around cats and vice versa. But I started a whole war in the comment sections about this shit. They would say, "You're wrong. You're mean. You're a horrible dog rescuer." I was like, "Bro, I don't give a fuck about you. You're one person in 1,000 people I come." And that's what people fail to realize. And Nonsense has said this before. Do you know how many people I come in contact with? I come in contact with hundreds, if not thousands of people. You're just one person out of those thousands of people that think completely different of me and that know me, or hundreds that actually know me and know my heart. No, would I do it? Fucking kill a dog maliciously just to kill it? No, but if it motherfucker just hopped over the fence and unalived my goddamn pig, it's gonna keep coming back. But other folks don't understand that. They don't understand livestock costs money. They don't. I don't know. I was like, you don't know the situation. That may have been money out of that farmer's pocket. Accidents happen. I ain't fuck out of here. Your dog come back on my property. I'm sorry. Your dog. Sorry. I love dogs. I love animals. But once they have that taste in their mouth, some of them, they will not stop. They know they have free range of your property. So either you need to do a better job of protecting your livestock or take the problem out in itself. Now you're gonna spend thousands of dollars on electrifying fences and shit and possibly killing your animals, or you just gonna go ahead and take that one bullet and take care of the situation yourself. But it's crazy though. But everybody will have a different perspective of you. Everybody will view you in a different light. But the folks that really know you knows your heart. So what one person says about you, that shit don't fucking matter. That's why I don't be giving a damn. I be laughing at that shit because I be like, bitch, I don't know you in real life. I don't. ahead, Niecy. Hey, congratulations to your grandson, by the way. Whoop whoop. I remember prom. I was the first one to go in the tux. They almost wouldn't let me in, but they eventually did. Principal finally let me in. I don't be studying that shit. You mad? What you mad about? Little old me? The fuck? I ain't done shit to you. I don't be on your side. I don't be fucking with folks. Exactly. It's all about being a responsible pet owner. That's like if my dogs ran up on somebody and they acted like they was in a charging manner. I'm sorry. If they get shot, that's my fault. Period. And I have to live with that. Like the bottom line, I have to live with that. At the end of the day, that was my fuck up. That was my fault. That was my failure to train them properly to make sure that they know how to act in situations like that. That was my fuck up. So I have to own that. And that was my thing. Like at the end of the day, we as animal owners, we have to take responsibility for our animals. I'm sorry, my dogs don't even leave this. They know. Don't you better not take your ass out that front door unless I say come here. When I do, then you come out that door with me. But if you know if I said stay, they better stay their ass at that door until I say come. And they know that because I trained them. I worked with them on that. So, but it's just weird how people want to argue and shit. And I'll be like, man, y'all are mad fucking weird on the internet. You think I give a fuck about you and your opinion? You're one people in the hundreds of people that actually know me and know my heart. And what I do and how I feel about certain things. I'm sorry though. I was raised on the farm and there are certain things. We had hogs, we had the horses, we had the chickens. Then somebody else said that, would you do it if it was a chicken? You goddamn right, because they'll take out the whole flock of chickens' eggs. Shit. Do y'all not think about this shit? Do y'all not realize this shit costs money? Hmm. But sorry, I got off on a tangent about people making weird ass assumptions. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this as far as the Alabama prison systems and what they plan on doing. I know the DOJ need to keep they mother. I don't know what they need to get those informants out of there, transfer them to a different prison system or something, because it's evident that the names is out there, and it's evident that the guards are sitting here putting their names out there on purpose so these gang units can fuck these folks up. P.S. You must be bored. Trans boy? Trans boy. That's the best you got? Weak ass bitch. That's the best you got. Trans boy? God, I've been called worse. I've been called so much negative ass shit. I need you to do a little better than that. Please do a little bit better than that. I, do you not realize I'm from the South in the Bible Belt and I'm gay? Do you not realize that? So do you know half of the shit I've been called in this state? Oh, and I'm mixed. So that makes it even 20 times worse because I'm not white enough to be white and I'm not black enough to be black. So, what do you think that really hurt my goddamn feelings? Really? You gotta try harder next time. I'm sorry, baby. I got thick ass skin. I've been through too much shit in life. For a trans boy, that's the best you got? Lord have mercy. Help them because they don't know what they doing. Trans boy. I will say that's one thing. Nonsense, get him the fuck out of here. He weird. He mad weird, man. You're fucking weird. I ain't nobody got time for this shit. You bipolar son of a bitch. You probably got schizophrenia over there. Cause one minute you cool and then the next minute your ass is all weird. You're not good at insults. You're fucking sad as fuck. And then, like I said, one minute you cool, and then the next minute, you fucking bipolar. And then it looks like your ass is dyslexic as fuck and retarded as fuck. And I don't like using retarded, but today I am. You people offer no value to society besides the bullshit and hate that y'all spew. You do realize that, right? You have nothing better to do than sit on the fucking internet and judge somebody based on a fucking video and what you hear. That's really sad. Some of y'all are sad as fuck out here. Some of y'all sit online too goddamn long. Go touch some motherfucking grass. Go outside. Go spend time with your family. Go take care of your kids. Cause some of y'all not doing that. Cause your chat somebody said otherwise last night. Just saying. Some of y'all just got too much motherfucking time on y'all hands, and I'm sorry, I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna sit up here an hour and do I got better shit to do. Matter of fact, I have to go to the store and get dog food here in a minute. Like, I'm not here to entertain you, weird ass bitch. Y'all are weird out here. Mad ass weird. It's one thing that I put myself out there like that. I don't give a fuck what you say about me. I can be a trans boy, gay boy, whatever. Baby, my little baby cousin the other day said, "Are you a girl or a boy?" Jackson, get the fuck out of my face. You know I'm a girl. Like, this shit doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. You know how many times a week I get asked that? Are you a girl or are you a boy? I know what the fuck I signed up for when I cut my hair off. I don't I don't care. Like like I said, if I fucking cried and boohooed over every fucking goddamn insult thrown my way, I would probably be back in Lakeside, balled up in a fucking fetal position somewhere crying. But I'm sorry, I'm too a little bit too strong for that. I can't go back to that. I refuse to go back to that. That was one of the worst places in my life to ever be, and I'll never go back to that motherfucker. People are weird. It's weird as hell. I don't know what. Y'all must get a y'all must get a hard on with this, like, for real. Like, do y'all get a hard on with that? Where y'all just sitting here and poke somebody and poke somebody? Cause that's weird as hell. I'm just curious. Like, some of y'all, you sure you're not on that sociopath level? You sure? You positive? Did you go get a mental health check your goddamn self? I don't give a fuck. Show it. Show it. Probably the truth about half of it. Show it. Oh no, it's too goddamn hot for that. No, I had to cut that out. Nope. I don't care. Clip whatever you want to do. Talk your shit. I don't fucking care. At the end of the day, I was here to talk about inmates and Alabama Department of Corruption, not corrections, and trying to figure out why the fuck the inmates down there is getting treated worse than goddamn circus animals. And then while we're sitting here talking, we sitting here discovering that not only is Alabama doing fuck shit, but California, Tennessee, Mississippi. I'm pretty sure I can name a lot of fucking states that got some fucked up shit going on with their Department of Corrections. Man, Mom said, Mike, are you a sociopath or a psychopath? You gotta pick one though. Florida, Florida. I've heard fucked up shit about Florida. I've heard the shit that they do in Florida. You're right, but and apparently the UK is overcrowded. See, and I mean, with me being across the pond, of course I don't know about the UK. So wise angel, thank you for letting me know that because I didn't know, and now I'll be looking into that too because, like I said, I my thing is it's one thing for you to do the crime, it's another for you to sit here and have to worry about getting raped, tortured, being pimped out, sold out. And like I said, true enough, Daniel may have owed money, but at the end of the day, that didn't that shouldn't have happened to him. It should it should have never happened. It should have never happened with Jeff. It shouldn't never happen. I don't know who the second and the first informant that was that passed. I'm definitely gonna try to look into that and see if I can find his info and figure out his story because I'm curious to see like is the guards really giving out names to other inmates knowing that the inmates will take care of it? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really curious about that because if that's the case, then we need to get those informants out of there. We need to ride the DOJ ass and get them to. I don't know what we have to do. I don't know if we need to do something though. If those informants are in there dying like this and they're in there getting tortured and medical being ignored, like I said, these folks knocked on the door 5 times for Jeff. They ignored it. They ignored it. The guards literally pulled this shit. I didn't hear a goddamn thing. The other inmates was literally banging on the fucking door. They ignored it. That's an issue. That's a problem. And like I said, how in the fuck do these guards get the goddamn DOJ key informants info? How do they know the names? How? If y'all are being investigated, how did y'all get the names of the folks that sat here and ratted on y'all asses? I don't understand that one. I can understand the warden probably getting that information and him probably passing it down. I could see that happening actually. I could. I could see that happen. We've had similar shit like that happen here, and then the warden plays dumb. I don't know what was going on. I didn't. Josh, absolutely. Oh yeah, amethyst. I've heard of that too. I've heard of that too. I've heard of some medical, not all, but I've heard some medical staff would pass information around to other inmates, yada yada. I've heard some of those stories too. And see why as Angel majority of ours is publicly ran, and then you have the ones that they consider charter schools. And those are the privatized schools. And a lot of them do get grants and things like that, but you have to have a certain GPA to get into those schools too. So there's that. And then ever since they passed this No Child Left Behind shit, that's another whole story, and it's basically they were passing students that should have failed. They were passing students that literally could read on a fucking first grade level, and they're in the 8th grade, and it because of this No Child Left Behind, it like that shit. I can talk about this shit for days because there was a whole damn TCAP situation here in Tennessee where they had the kids stressed out to the point where some of them was about to commit unaliving themselves because of this TCAP shit. It was bad. It was bad. Like half of the students had to retest for TCAP because majority of them failed. I will. Amethyst, my email is on my page as well. So, but it's sad and it shouldn't be happening. Like I said, Daniel's case really stood out to me, but then when Jeff's happened and I started tying it all together, and I was like, this shit ain't cool, bro. This shit ain't cool at all. Like, how in the fuck y'all have had 325 deaths last year, and then into the new year, we're only fucking 4 months. We just hit the fifth month, and we're 40 deaths in already. Now, true enough, some of them may be natural, but let's talk about the unnatural ones. That's and then Alabama is 5 times the national average. 5 times. Alabama's 5 times the national average. They're the highest in the country as far as deaths. Bingo, Amethyst. Thank you. Like I said, if you do the crime, goddamn, you gotta do the time. That's a choice you made. I mean, I gotta be thankful. I didn't end up in jail for my man. Look here. When I was inactive, no, I didn't rob and shoot nobody or shit like that. But I did bogus ass shit so I could get high. I did. I did. And I'm so thankful that I did not end up in jail, prison, or coffin. But we need to be treating the issues if it's addiction, because that's another thing I have an issue with. And I really don't want to put my family business out there, but I'm just going to address it. My godbrother, prime example, addicted to fentanyl. Went into jail. Guess what? How are you going to get sober when there's fentanyl in there? True enough, it's higher in there, but how you going to get some fen? I mean, how you going to get clean when it's all you're doing is leaving the streets and you getting it in jail? That's all you're doing. So we have to address that too. Bingo, amethyst. Bingo. But we have to address those issues too. And a lot of times it is the guards bringing that shit in. I know for a fact it is. Shit. No, it's not. It's not. Damn, Wise, are you serious? So they would just force them into. Wow. Well, that's one thing I can say about the city schools. They do give you that vocational route to where, if you want to go into a trade or a technical, they do give you that option. Now, if you want to go the academic route and, college, they give you that option as well. But when they did the No Child Left Behind shit, it fucked up the whole system. And then they referred to the younger kids like in the 2020, like in that year. Oh, they referred to them as the COVID babies, and they said they're dumb as hell. Basically, true shit. Thank you, nonsense. No, you're absolutely right, and yeah, the guards be bringing that shit in. So how can you sit here and get clean if I can get it easily? It's easily available. Like he came out, he was still an addict, and guess what? When he got out, he went right back to what, the streets. So it's the system needs to be overhauled. Really, all of it, dude. And that boy. That's that's a conversation for another day because really all of our systems need to be redone from the top to the bottom, and I'm talking about all the way up to the presidency down to the fucking local mayor. All of that shit needs to be redone and get lobbyists the fuck up out of DC, because as long as you got them lobbyists there, who you think gonna run shit? Because it damn sure ain't the motherfuckers that we elect. But like I said, that's a conversation for a different day. That I see. That's the thing, Kathy. I know, like here, if you step up and you go to the warden and say, "Hey, Cat was beating on this inmate," yada yada, and I don't. Look, I'm with you. Fuck them lobbyists for real talk. Fuck them. I'm so serious about that. Fuck them. I don't, and I don't know how we don't see it. I really don't. I do. A lot of people want to say Biden, Trump, this, that. Fucking wake up and look who really runs this country. It's not them. I can tell you that. Do you know how easy it is for lobbyists to put money in certain folks' hands and then all of a sudden the law is passed to their fucking favor? Do you know how easy that shit is? Everybody got a price. But damn, I got sidetracked. Thanks, Kyle. Cat, a lot of them they'll step up and then turn around and say the warden to get rid of them or fire them or something like that because they're like, oh no, if you're against us, if you're not with us, then you're against us, and you gotta go. So they'll get rid of them because they're not down for the, we call it the good old boy system. They're not down for that. Bingo. Thank you, Wise. And that's, yeah, they're all corrupted. Bruh, when I sit here and say every last one of them has a price, every last one of them has a price. I don't give a damn what nobody say. And folks can sit here and I look, I don't care who you vote for. That's your business. That's not none of my business. I remember back in the day it was taboo to even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So me personally though, I give me a candidate I can back. And I can't back neither one of them. Like me and my boss was talking about that. I do feel like I can have that conversation with my boss without getting fired, you know? And we were talking about it, and she was like, I hate that it's the same two people. And I said, me too. But we also know who in this late of the game, who has that spotlight besides these two. And with Trump being in court, of course, he's getting a lot of, you know, he's getting a lot of attention. And then with all of the shit that's going on in Ukraine and the Middle East and the colleges, so of course folks is looking at Biden. So it was that we really didn't have a choice, unfortunately. Yes. Give me a person. You know what I want? I want somebody that knows what the struggle is, that knows what it's like to have a fucking cutoff notice sitting in their mailbox. Give me somebody that fucking this close to being put out because their rent is behind. Give me some. I want somebody like that because they understand what it feels like to be that American. Like right now with my situation, according to Uncle Sam, I make too much, but I'm struggling my ass off every week. Every week, guaranteed, I'm struggling. But every year I owe too because I don't have any kids. And nobody gives a fuck about that because a lot of us is out here drowning. I don't have high debt like that. I don't have house notes, car notes, and all of that shit. I don't have shit like that. Like my house is paid for, my truck is paid for. Like I don't, you know, so, but because but then my friends they feel like I should have the most money because they're like, well, you don't have kids, so you being broke is just weird. What the fuck, bitch? I pay more taxes than you do. The fuck? You get a child tax credit. I don't. Plus, I have to pay extra out of my check because I already know at the end of the year they finna bust my fucking head. So I already have to put an extra 80 or 90 or 100 into the fucking pot just so I'm not paying fucking 5,000. I've paid some of it down throughout the year. Bitch, you get a fucking child tax credit. So what the fuck? I pay more than you. I support your gut. I hate to say it, but food stamps, all of that, mwah, you get it from me. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Shit. Josh, I know. That's why, like, I was working two jobs. Like, from 18 to now, I've always had two jobs. It wasn't until recently when I had broke my heel that um that I had to take a step back, and then my heel never really healed right either. So, but I've been looking for a second job because I can't do it on one job, and that was my thing to my boss. And yeah, they gave us a raise, but it's like once again, you just put me in another tax bracket, and I still ain't gonna see shit because yeah, that's what I do every pay period. Every 2 weeks, I put an extra 80 out there just so when at the end of the year it somewhat offsets, and I'm not paying $2 or $3,000 at the end of the year. I owe like 8, 9. The most I've had was 1,500, but I just I'm trying to figure out where the fuck we're going as a nation to because I'm just sitting here scratching my head at half of the shit we've done, what we haven't done, why we're doing certain shit, why we're not doing certain shit. Did they oust? I haven't paid because I knew they were talking about it. Did they oust the House Speaker yet? Does anybody know? Josh, oh, I drove home with it broke because I was in Mississippi and I was at work. And my boss was like, I can call the ambulance. And I was like, fuck no, that's $800 that I ain't got. No. So I drove my truck home. Don't ask me how I did it. I don't know. I think it was more so adrenaline, really. Um, but I drove home with the broke heel, made it home, and then turned around and I called my mom because, of course, I'm single. I don't have anybody like that. And my mom, she came and picked me up and took me to the hospital. And the lady was like, "Wait a minute, how did it fall on you again?" And I was like, "Well, it is called so basically my second job. I'm a local roadie. Like I do all the local shows that happen around Memphis and surrounding areas. That particular night was who was it that night? It was either Jelly Roll or no, it wasn't Jelly Roll. It was an R&B act, but I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Jelly Roll though, because I remember working with the dudes before. It was an R&B act. We were setting up the truss and everything, and at that particular center, they had a crack in the floor. And those trusses, when they're stacked too high like that, that will hit it, and of course, it's top heavy. It went, and I was literally hollering at the boy to get out the way because he was right up under it. He was a rookie, and he was gonna get crushed if I. I'm like, get the fuck out the way! It's coming down. By the time I tried to move back, that motherfucker had landed on my foot, and it did like that, and it bounced. And I remember hearing my other coworker, Ted, hollering, "Get out of there!" And I just remember saying, "I can't, motherfucker!" Like I couldn't. I was peeing, and God bless that man. He didn't even put the fucking forklift in park. He hopped off of that motherfucker, come flying over there, and he tried to lift it, and it took about four of them to lift it off of me, and they picked me up, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going home." And I drove home with it. And then the lady, she was like, "Wait a minute, it fell on top of your foot?" And I was like, "Yeah, it landed on top." She was like, "I don't know how that happened, but you only broke your heel." And luckily, it was a clean break. But I still don't think it healed right because, well, for one, I pushed myself to go back to work. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I probably shouldn't have went back as early as I did, but I did. I needed the money. Shit. And ever since then, it hasn't healed right. So I've been trying to like chill out and let it give its time to. Oh, Wise Angel, we get taxed every pay period. That's the thing. Hold on, Wise Angel, we get taxed every pay period. Better not get a bonus because that's getting taxed 33%. Then turn around at the end of the year. Guess what? Either your state wants their taxes too, and your city, depending on where you live. Once again, plus Uncle Sam want their taxes. So we're getting taxed four times on the same fucking money that we made. Make it make sense. Matter of fact, I'm shut up because that probably did. It is. The heel takes the longest to heal. They did tell me that from the jump. They was like, that can take 6 months to a year to heal. I was like, 6 months to a year, huh? Okay. I was back at work in 6 months. I probably shouldn't have did it, but it is what it is. Now this year, of course, they canceled, or they're not doing Memphis in May this year. They're doing Rivers Fest, and I haven't gotten a phone call to work it, so I just left it be. If you don't want me there, that's fine. I know why they did that though, because I told that bitch some shit, and I know she got mad. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, taxes insane. I still want to know what's up with the luxury tax on fucking tampons. Can anybody explain that one? Tampons and pads. Well, is there a luxury tax on that? Just why? Since when is having a fucking cycle a luxury for any woman? Please tell. And I know it's not. I know for a fact it's not. Because I'm one of the ones who, yes, it's a luxury tax on it. That we've been fighting for years to get it removed. Yes. Hey, Spooky. Oh, yeah. Look, y'all didn't know that? Go look that up. There's a luxury tax on tampons and pads. Yes. For years, women have fought to get that removed. And they won't do it. It's a luxury. Having a cycle is a fucking luxury. You try having a cycle for a year and tell me how you feel. They damn near had to put me in the fucking hospital because they didn't know what was wrong with me. And yes, it literally went for a year nonstop. I didn't have a break, none of that. And when I finally found a medicine that worked for me, I had to go through hell to get it because my insurance kept denying it. And I'm like, look, bitch, I'm not taking this prevent pregnancy. I'm taking it to save my fucking life. You try bleeding for a year straight and tell me how the fuck you would feel. And when I told her that, she was like, oh my God. Yeah. And they finally approved it and sent it through. But I had to fight to get that shit. Yes, they do. There's a luxury tax on tampons and pads. Yep. It's a luxury to have a period. I I don't understand who the fuck are you to think you can tell me about my body because I'm telling you, I and folks can judge me all they want to. Y'all see me, y'all see what I look like, okay? I'm sorry if I got raped tomorrow and just somehow ended up pregnant. I'm not keeping that baby, and you can't make me keep that baby. I do not want to see my rapist every fucking day. I don't. Sorry. So if that means I gotta go to jail, then so be it, because you're not gonna force me to fuck myself up mentally more. You already forcing me and traumatizing me by making me have this child. Like, you can give it up for that. Fuck all that. I don't even want to have it. So you gonna force me? No, fuck out of here. I just go to a different state. And if I go to jail, then so be it. Spooky, I don't know about that. Here in 10, they're about the same, honestly. They're about the same. It just depends on the brand and the kind you get, but they're about the same here. I don't know about other states. I know Walmart though done lost they rabbit ass mind. We ain't never had our shit locked up behind glass cases, y'all, ever. Now all of a sudden, like if you're trying to go get if you're trying, why the fuck everybody want to wait till today to call me and blow me up? Y'all motherfuckers didn't call me yesterday. Don't call me today. Shit. Uh, Damn, it made me lose my thought. Oh, now when you go to Molly World here in Memphis, everything's behind glass cases, and you have to get associate to help, and you have to check out right then and there. They won't give it to you. You're like, if I still got more shopping to do, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, see, in West 10, we didn't have that, but it's starting to become that now. All Are you serious, Wise? Wow. I can say at least in city schools, they never made us pay. Like if somebody, one of us started our cycle or anything like that, and we had to go to the bathroom. They didn't. Now you do have some teachers that will not let kids go to the bathroom. They're just petty as shit. I don't know why. You should have went before. You only got fucking 5 minutes during class change. You got to go get your books from your locker and then hurry up to your class. So when am I supposed to find time to go pee or use the bathroom? But you got some that just won't let you go. But that is fucking wild that they had to pay. That's fucking wild, man. I use men because they feel better. I'm just saying, I like the men razors because it makes my skin feel better. But you, Wise Angel, you're not gonna believe me, but the most shoplifted thing in Memphis, and Josh might know. I don't know how it is on East 10, but here on West 10, I wish Pickle was in here because she could tell y'all off top. Take a wild guess what y'all think is the most stolen thing besides laundry detergent, and toilet paper. Take those two out the equation. I gave you a hint, and I'll give you another one. It's a food. So just take a wild guess what you think is the most stolen shit here. Take a wild guess. Men's razors are better. I will say they make my skin feel better. I don't know, like what the fuck they be putting in the aloe vera on the women's. I don't know. It don't feel right. So I prefer to be no, not eggs, Kathy. No. If I said that, that would be wrong. So I believe at the hint I gave you. It is a food, but it's not eggs. It actually ain't got shit to do with chicken. Nope. Not cheese. Not peanut butter. No. Y'all are gonna die when y'all hear this shit. Not candy. No. Even though that is probably one of the top tens. Cause it's so hell I've stolen candy by accident. Shit. I'd be like, oh shit, I did not. Too late now, I'm out the stove. Mm-mm. Get off of the sweets altogether. Get off of that. We're not. It's not sweets. Crab legs. Crab legs is one of the most stolen items in Memphis. When you have crab legs set out, 9 times out of 10 they will come in, especially if they're in the box. They will load them fucking baskets up and walk clean the fuck on out. I can send y'all an article right now where one dude sat there and stole $5,000 worth of fucking crab legs. I bullshit y'all not. That is one of the most stolen, one of the highest things that is stolen in Memphis is crab legs. Yes. It looked like it's about to rain here, so I didn't. I watered them yesterday, and uh cleaned out the carport because of them goddamn spider webs. Y'all know I don't do spiders. I don't fuck with spiders. I mean, I don't bother them as long as they don't bother me, but they were starting to have their little webs and shit all around the carport. And so, like, when I walk to my truck, I be walking in spider webs. So I was like, nah. So, yeah. But crabs is one of the things that's, if it's set out, they know. They know. They literally got to have an associate watching the crab legs because It'll get stolen. Yeah, it looks like, oh, and then that wind up. I see that. Mm, mm. It is. It's 79 here. Oh shit! They said it's supposed to rain, and it just started raining. Ain't that about it? No, they fine. I took them out right before I came live, so they're all right. Yeah, it rained yesterday. Not too much though. We had got it Thursday. That's when it really fell down, was Thursday. But yesterday it sprinkled some, but I went ahead and watered my plants still in case they didn't get enough water. And see, you know what? Ain't Wise Angel. I had checked up on one of my folks in Texas because I knew they were close to Houston. I didn't know exactly where though, but I had checked up on them, and they had told me they were fine. But I had seen where it was flooded, but I didn't know an animal sanctuary was flooded out. Were they able to get the animal? See, now I'm worried about the damn animals. Oh, good job, Wise Angel. Good job. Because I was sure about to say now I'm worried about the damn animals. Shit. Angels, animals, they all the same. Yeah, it's well, it's 79 here, but that must be Sammy, my neighbor's son. I heard somebody child outside hollering. Yeah, that's Sammy. I can tell from his voice. But hell, we needed the rain. I know here we did anyway. Shit, it was starting to get hot. The only thing I don't like about this though is these disrespectful ass mosquitoes, bruh. These mosquitoes get disrespectful as fuck. Especially with us being beside the Mississippi River. Do y'all not understand? These motherfuckers will whisper an R&B song in your ear and then straight up bite your ass. And will keep tagging your ass. And better not let the motherfucker in your house. Oh my god. You gonna be mad because you done fucking swatted that motherfucker 20 goddamn times and still missed. Next thing you know, all of a sudden you'll hear it while you laying down. You're like, motherfucker. Rainbow, you sound like my granny. She used to do the same thing. She used to take care of them. She had one she called Tomcat. She brought him in though. He was a Tomcat for real. He had to be separated. But my grandma, she took it too far, bro. I love Granny, but she took it too far. She would lock him up in the bathroom and have all the other cats loose. Now she took care of all of them. She would get their shots and spayed and neutered, but Tomcat, he was a wild ass cat. But I will say, when it came to me, he was cool as shit. But when it came to my grandma or fuck that nigga, I ain't even finna say that nigga name. Fuck him. When it came to that other bitch ass man that lived in that house, he didn't like them. He would fucking tear my grandmama's ass up. But when I would go in there and sit down with him, he was calm. He was cool. I am too. But I'm a realist. That's the thing where people don't understand about me. I do love animals. I will take your dog if you're abusing it. I will. And I'll do it in front of your motherfucking face and dare you to do something about it. because I'm just retarded like that. But I'm a realist too. Like I said earlier, I was raised on a farm, so and there's just certain things you're not gonna do. If your dog is out of control and killing my livestock, well, guess what? I got every right to defend my livestock, and your dog is gonna be a dead ass dog. People don't like to hear that, but no. And a lot of people don't deserve to have animals. Oh yeah, we got all type. I just seen a damn bald. I was hurt. I was mad about this one. There was a bald eagle on the E-way on 40 in Memphis, and somebody hit it. I was mad. I was mad because I'm like, how the fuck? That's the United States national, and how the fuck do you hit a bald eagle? But yeah, we have all type of birds here. I've seen some all type of birds here. We got two red-tailed hawks in the front there, but you know what? I don't mind them because we got moles really bad over here, so they keep the moles in check. Like I don't mind them at all. But it's like I told my neighbor, I've been trying to befriend the crow we got in the neighborhood, and not. He said, "You trying to teach it to steal shit, ain't it?" I said, "No, bruh. It's just they're highly intelligent. Crows are very intelligent. If y'all don't know that, crows are very intelligent, and so I've been trying to befriend the crow we have here in my neighborhood. Like I'll be leaving out food for him and stuff, so he can associate my face with the food. Cause I mean, eventually, I just want him one day to come to me. That's it. That's all, nothing more, nothing less. I ain't trying to get him to rob, pick folks' pockets and shit. But actually, the crow we got, Josh, he's cool. Like he doesn't bother nobody. Now he will pull trash out from time to time. He will. But oh shit, I thought he saw that damn squirrel. I was about to say, oh shit, get ready, y'all. He finna go ham. I thought that damn squirrel was up there on the ledge. I was about to tell y'all, get ready. Cause my son about to go ham. Yesterday he was so mad at that damn. I don't know what the squirrels do. Well, oh yeah. See, I'm cityfied now. I'm in the city though. I'm not in the country no more. I'm pretty sure if I was in the country, they would do that shit. They probably would, but yeah. Crows are very intelligent. Whether folks like to give it to them or not, they're intelligent. So, but I've been trying to befriend the crow. Then we got a family of red birds. I have a family of blue jays that I see every morning in my backyard. Redbirds are real cool. Now, those will get close to me. I even had one land on my shoulder one day, and I was like, "Yeah, that's definitely a sign from my grandma. I know that, and yep, we're gonna roll with it as such." So when I see the redbirds, I always associate them with my gone family members. So, and then just the other day, me and my neighbor was standing outside Hummingbird came right on up, started eating, and then another one came up. And Mo was like, "What is that?" I was like, "The hummingbirds. You didn't know they was over here?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'm gonna put the feeders out for it." I was like, "Don't do that, because what's gonna end up happening is the squirrels are gonna get a hold of it, and then they're not gonna get shit. Because them squirrels is smart. I'm sorry, them little bastards." Oh my god! I replayed the game Road Runner on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Tasmanian Devil. I don't know if y'all remember that game, but they had the Road Runners on there and shit. Oh, Gatlinburg is beautiful. It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, soon as you like get past Nashville, West 10 is beautiful. It is. It's just law enforcement ain't. It's not. I'll just be honest with that. Um, it's definitely a different atmosphere the further west you go in 10. Like in Memphis, you have. It's just a different vibe altogether. Can like in Memphis, a lot of us we like to say I hate Nass City because a lot of people in Memphis don't want to see other people shine. And then you have um, Nashville, and Nashville, yeah, it's cool, but you couldn't pay me to go to Nashville because it really ain't shit there. I've been there so many times, and it's not shit for me to hop in the vehicle and go take a little 2 hour drive and go to Nashville. They say it's three. I'm fuck that. I make it in two. But when you start going more west to like Chat, Knox, and like towards that way, it is a completely different vibe. And maybe it's because it is the colleges, but some areas you're not welcomed, in some areas you are. Let me put it like that. Greenville, Tennessee ain't bad. It's just well, it depends on who you ask. It's not horrible. It's not a horrible state. It's not. It's you just got people that are bad actors in the state. But I think so. Emma, this thing you heard about what happened in Orange Mound 2 weeks ago, huh? Actually, it wasn't even two. Was it 2 weeks? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. So you heard about it, huh? Which I think is some wild ass shit because that shit should have never happened. They was out there enjoying themselves, chilling, minding the business, having fun, listening to their music, and of course them hating ass ops pulled up and just let it loose. You should look at what happened in Orange Mound. It was bad. Now, true enough, it was on. First of all, I grew up in the age where we had block parties and we didn't have to have permits. We didn't have to have none of that shit. We just show up, have fun, and everybody went home at the end of the night. If we had to jack it out, guess what? We would jack and we wasn't shooting and shit. But everybody got to go home to their family. Now you got to have permits. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like basically, they set up a block party, and it was like 16 to 22 year olds that was out there, and everybody was cool. They was having fun, and there was a lot of the community, the LGBT community out there as well. And they said somebody pulled up. Rah! Folks started running. Folks got trampled. All type of stuff happened, and it's sad. Can't do shit in this city. Nothing. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. A part of me thought about covering, and then a part of me was like, no, I'm good. Because the more I talk about shit like that, the more they think they getting clout off of this shit. Like, they're fucked up in the head. They're deranged. Like, they think they getting clout off of this shit. Then they want to put it in a song or this and that. Like, nah, bro, this shit ain't cool. Because I can say when we was back in the day and we had beef with somebody, knuckle up. Or if you was with your family, you with your family. But boy, just know, I got you next time. Just know, I'm gonna catch your ass slipping without your family. Now, they don't give a fuck. Granny can be sitting on the porch. They don't give a fuck. Like there's no rules to this street shit no more. It used to be a set. No, there was no honor amongst thieves, but it did have a silent code to it. They don't even have that no more. So yeah, it was bad. Then right after Orange Mound happened, we had some shit downtown happen. We had 3 folks get shot down there, and folks wonder why I don't be on Beale Street. That's why. When you have all these out of towners come in, and it's nothing personal to out of towners at all. It's not. But when you have so many different, you know, things going on down there, and you got folks that feel like they're not backing down, and I know a lot of us hard headed Memphians ain't backing down. It's pandemonium. So I just stay away from that shit now. I mean, I used to be in the middle of that shit. Oh, what going on now? You can't pay me to be down there. Amethyst, I told you it was bad, and I'm sorry you had to find out like that. I really am. I honestly thought you saw it, like when you said your friend was in the Orange Mound, because I mean, that's been the talk for the past 3 weeks here. Because they have upped the reward money to find these little youngins that did it. Word on the street is it's 2 of them. That's what I heard. But I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know for sure. So I can't just go. They said, I don't know. I wasn't there. I was damn near Jackson 10 when it happened. It is. Especially when it was just supposed to be a block party come together. Like, that's what I said. Like at least back in the day we had some type of code, but now there is no code. It don't matter if you with your mom. It don't matter if you with your child. It doesn't matter if you with your wifey or your grandmama. They don't give a fuck about none of that. You and everybody you with gotta die. And then they once it's on the news, yeah, we did that, or they put it in the song, yeah, we did that, we did. That shit ain't nothing to brag about. And you a weak ass bitch and a coward because you can't fucking throw hands to save your motherfucking life, so you pull a trigger. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Do you got this to fucking duke it out though and take that loss like a motherfucking man or woman? No, because a lot of you is fucking scared and you can't take that ass whooping because you don't want to be embarrassed. Let's just count for what it is. No, I don't act like I'm the hardest bitch because I've had my losses, trust me. And I had to take that L. I didn't come back and shoot up shit. No, shit. If I lost, I lost. It is what it is. But a lot of these youngins, that hurts their pride and they don't know how to take that L. That's weak ass bitch shit. Real shit. I'll say it. That's weak bitch shit. You a weak ass bitch. And I could get real graphic with some shit, but I'm not going to because I know YouTube be like, this bitch is deranged. Which, it's a possibility. But that's weak bitch shit, man. If you can't look a motherfucker in the eye while you doing some fuck shit, you a weak ass bitch. You wait till a motherfucker turn around and shoot him and shit. That's weak bitch shit. And that's why I don't fuck with a lot of folks out here. Not like that. My circle is a dot. Amethyst. That's what I'm saying. We knew how to take our L's and move the fuck on and fight another day. These kids nowadays, they don't, for one, they don't understand how precious life is. Once it's gone, you can't take it back. You can't say, "Hey Sam, man, can I get that back? Can you bring that life back? Hey God, can you just somehow make a motherfucking miracle happen? And can you bring that?" It doesn't work like that. Once you take that soul off this earth, it's gone. But understand what you put out in the universe is coming back on you. 20 times worse than what the fuck you put out. Okay, just like that Florida. Y'all, where's Corbin? Sitting here laughing and shit and had him body bagged in the fucking woods somewhere, decomposed and all type of shit. Now look, that man done lost half his brothers. And it ain't funny no more, huh? It's not funny when the rabbit got the gun, huh? It's not funny when the ops slide for their brothers. It's not funny, huh? When you lose people on your side, it ain't. And then people want to sit here and say, "Oh, that's a product of their." Fuck that shit. I'm sick of hearing that fucking argument. I am from South Memphis, one of the fucking worst neighborhoods in fucking Memphis. Go to Funky Town and let me know. Go to Funky Town and see how you fucking survive. Please do. Go take your ass over there on Trig. Matter yet, go take your ass over there on Kyle. Go take your ass over there on Roselle and tell me how you fucking figure it out. I still can take my ass over there. I can go to North Memphis, Orange Mountain. I can go anywhere the fuck I want to. The Haven, all of that shit. Why? Because I show respect and respect is shown back to me. You motherfuckers is out here crash dummies, and a lot of y'all crashing out for a set. Man, when your punk ass go to jail, do any of them motherfuckers put money on your books? Do they? No. Matter of fact, they probably out there fucking your girl. Just saying it for what it is. Your homies ain't your homies. Especially not when you're locked up. You know how many brothers I got locked up and they sit here calling me, "Sis, I need some money." And I do what I can for them when I can. But I'm not a millionaire. I can't fucking put money on everybody's phone and books and shit. And I can't do it. But them same motherfuckers that you call your A1 day ones, them niggas is not there when your ass is locked up. It'll be your mama. Your sister, maybe your brother. Your aunt gonna play, your uncle you play. Pretty much, if it ain't your immediate family, the rest of the family gonna pay you. Now, granted, she might fuck with you. Depending on how wrong you did Granny though. Cause if you fuck Granny over, like a lot of people don't, that shit ain't. It's not where it's at. The streets is not cool. This shit is not cool. Toting guns and shooting innocent people is not cool. I lost a cousin to the shit, 7 years old. Never get to live his life. Never get to go to prom. None of that. And his best friend had to see that shit. Got shot in the fucking neck in front of his best friend. He hollered mama twice and that was it. That was it. That's all he could say. He was gone instantly. He didn't have shit to do with anybody's beef. He was fucking 7 years old, outside playing with his best friend. There's no excuse for it. And the guy tried to make an excuse. He did. He was like, well, somebody fired at me, so I fired shot back. Jaden ran across my line of fire. So you seen him run across your line of fire, but you didn't think to stop firing. Okay. But that's the reality of it, of a lot of victims out here. A lot of these kids that end up shot and, things, they didn't have shit to do with nothing. They were just at the wrong place, the wrong time. And a lot of these folks, these youngins that's doing it, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. I'm sorry that I will say that is one thing that would probably bother me and eat my conscience fucking alive. If I fucking shot a child, that would probably, I would go turn myself in because I wouldn't be able to. A child, nah. I've done some crazy fucked up shit, but a child, I wouldn't be able to do it, y'all. I don't think y'all. I just, he didn't have to die like that. He did. And a lot of these kids don't have to die like that. A lot of these kids and innocent bystanders, they don't have to die like that. But unfortunately, with the motherfuckers we got out here, like they have no heart, they have no soul. I'm a firm believer in, and people call me crazy, but I'm a firm believer in frequencies in certain music, channeling frequencies that are dangerous as shit that shouldn't be channeled. I know because there's certain drill music I can listen to, and I be ready to fucking go shoot up some shit my goddamn self, and I don't even know what the fuck I be mad about. I be like, the fuck? Oh yeah, that shit is it's easy, especially in Memphis. Cause like, here's how it is in Memphis. Like one side, $1 million homes on one side of the street, and then on the other side of the street, you in the straight fucking hood. I swear to God, like that's how Midtown is. Like, oh yeah, these yes, and to a degree, we have been. we've been desensitized. Think about it. All the movies we've seen with killings and explosions and this and that. A lot of times when we hear this news shit now, this shit does not surprise us, right? It doesn't surprise us. Like I bullshit y'all not it was a couple of months ago, but I heard like a couple. I heard gunshots, and I knew it was close because I was like, that's close," and it was 8 of them bitches. So somebody done got shot. Bottom line, somebody got shot. Sure shit. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, I hear ambulance after ambulance. I hear siren after siren after siren after siren after siren. Then it popped up in my neighborhood app that yeah, a man had got shot at the gas station right at the corner, and I knew because I had heard it clear as day, so I knew it was close. And but when I heard that ambulance, when I heard them drive off and they cut off the siren, I knew he was gone. Sure as shit. Wasn't even an hour later they had put the headlines on the news: man shot and killed at the gas station. It did not faze me, y'all. It didn't. And it's gonna sound weird as hell and bad as hell, but a lot of motherfuckers say niggas die every day, B. And I hate to be like that, but that's, I mean, I can literally go on my news. Let's see. I can literally go on my news app right now, and I guarantee we probably done had at least 2 deaths. Guaranteed. Hickory Hill shooting kills 1 man, injured 3 others. Um, Man shoots a witness the day he testifies. Um, Double shooting in Fraser kills one, another injured. Bank robbery suspect captured after chasing downtown. 3 hurt and crashed. You see what I'm saying? Like the shit. Did you see how desensitized we are in Memphis? There's nothing. 4 inmates injured after disturbance. Y'all, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all remember I was just talking about 201 earlier. I'm just seeing this because I haven't looked at any local news. 4 inmates getting injured on Friday night, per Chief Deputy Anthony Buckner. He explained that several disturbances occurred in a single housing unit. I'm gonna call somebody because they'll tell me what happened. Sounds like all of they ass is getting crunk in there though, which it doesn't surprise me. They've been saying they was gonna do it for a minute. They were gonna shut the pod down. I really don't. I I, I really don't, but it's kind of getting to the point where it does need to be addressed because you don't know what you're getting is safe. You don't know. Oh yeah, it's completely different. Like a lot of the shit you get on the street is cut with something else. It's not strictly fentanyl. It is cut with something else, and that some of it's trank, some of it's It depends on what they cut it with. I've seen some cut it with coke. I've seen some cut it with meth. I've seen some cut it with codeine. I it, it You know what? Now, Josh, I can't say I haven't seen it here in the weed. I smoke. I haven't seen it here in the weed. I've heard about it being in the weed, so I'm not saying it is not, but I haven't seen it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I've heard they've been doing some wild shit. Sorry, y'all, I got a headache. Oh, you're welcome. Josh, it's not just teenagers. I just lost my cousin to the shit. Well, they say it was a OD, but I believe it when I see the death certificate. But they said it was an overdose on fentanyl, and like I said, I call bullshit, especially how it was staged and set up. No. But everything is. I blame it on my generation because we were the one who started this perk shit. I ain't gonna lie, we was the one who were popping this shit like candy. Now we don't raise kids and they think it's okay to be a junkie. I remember back in the day, you used to hide your drug use. You would go in the bathroom or something, and snort your coke or whatever the fuck you did. Now, these motherfuckers do it in the open. They don't care. Amethyst, man, CPS and child protective service, like just all children's services. Like I side eye that shit a lot too. I ain't even gonna lie, but I don't know enough about it to speak on that. But I do know they make fucked up decisions, and I do know a lot of times they will side with the mother before they side with the father, and that's fucked up. If that father can provide a safe and adequate home for that child compared to what the mother can do, then why is that child not with the father? I'm for what's right. I don't give a fuck about father, mom. Whichever parent is going to do that child right, that's who needs to have that baby. Bye, Bo. I'll see you later. But unfortunately, like in my state, a lot of times they will side with the birth mother. They will. I'm admitted. They will. Do I think it's right? Hell no. No. If that daddy can provide a better life than the birth mother, then why not give him custody? Why not? Now I know in Mississippi they will take custody from the mother. I do know that because they took my cousin's custody from her when she got bad off. They took her children from her. Amethyst, you're right. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them don't have the proper funds. A lot of them don't have a proper lawyer. There's so many reasons why fathers don't make that step, but it needs to be normalized. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be brought to the forefront because what we're seeing is a high rate of kids ending up dead or damn near dead or in an abusive ass situation. Um, what's that bitch name? That bitch that the one that had the YouTube. I know there's so many of them, but the one that's in court with the Jody bitch. I know that's the only name I remember because I really don't cover these cases, but uh like if police would have looked into that, they would have seen that there was abuse going on way before then when they found out. And that's the thing, like, but folks have to step up too. Thanks, Bo. Folks have to step up, and we have, like y'all have said, I've seen y'all say it in nonsense chat. If you see something, say something. And we live in the age now of the no snitching bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, yes, I lived by that code. No, I don't talk to police. Because talking to police, especially in this, where I'm from, that shit can get you fucked off. It can. It can get you hurt. It can. And I hate to say that, but it really can. So, and a lot of times these police, they'll sit here and say, yeah, we can give you, protection, yada yada, but it takes y'all 6 months to get me out of the state. Like, nah, bro. Like, I need immediate protection. If I can't get immediate protection, then don't expect me to testify, give y'all statements, and do all of this shit. And that's where the state fucks up. They do not give immediate protection. They'll sit here, all right, give me a statement, send a motherfucker home, then they'll send out an arrest warrant for the next motherfucker who just snitched on your ass. Guess what? The person that you just snitched on and already got somebody headed to your house to take your ass out. Like, that shit literally just happened here. Dude took out a person that snitched on him. There you go, Ruby. Yeah, that bitch. If they really would have sat here and looked at her, yeah, yeah, exactly, Amethyst, exactly. Like, it's bad. Especially if you've already come from a certain code of conduct, especially if you already in the streets, you know the consequences that come behind that. See something, say something. And it's fucked up because you know you want to say something, but at the same time, you have to think about, I know MPD ain't gonna take care of me. I know the state ain't gonna take care of me. I know they're not gonna put me up and move me somewhere. I know this. So am I really gonna risk my life just to give a statement? And that is really the that's really what the facts are out here. It's fucked up, but it is that's how it is. Just like when old boy did this shit across the street and police came looking at me and I looked at them and I was like, and so many words, I was trying to tell him, I can't tell y'all nothing. He's watching us in the window right now. And he was like, what? And I was like, nothing, bro. Let me out. Let me go. I don't want nothing to do with the investigation. And he literally had just shot up the complex. And I was outside when he did it, so I saw it. And but what pissed me off was there was two little girls riding their bikes right here. So you could have killed two little girls because of some bullshit that you put yourself in. And police had came and who's shooting? I don't know. Where are they at? I don't know. He's watching us in the mirror right now. I mean, in the window right now. I can't tell you a goddamn thing. And the cop acting like he couldn't hear shit. Say less. I'm finna fucking go, cause you not finna know. Them are Hoovers. I know exactly what they're associated with. No, I'm not. No, I know Hoovers. My set don't get along with them. So with that being said, no. And But eventually, when I got out the driveway and I told him, I said, it was the motherfucker across the street. Y'all literally saw him get out the car and y'all didn't stop him. It was him. And they was like, you gonna go on camera? No. But I'm telling you, it was him. And sure as shit, they found the guns, found shell casings in the car and all of that. Yes, Hoover Crip. Yes. And he said that somebody had been following him and he noticed it. So he shot out his back window and started shooting at them. But my thing was, like I said, y'all brought it all the way in the because it started on the main street, then y'all brought it all the way in to the complex. And he literally was shooting till he got in the driveway. And I knew he was a Hoover. I was like, nah, I'm not. There's already beef there, all type of shit going on between it and behind the scenes shit. So I'm not trying to be a nah. And I remember police acting all slow and shit, and I was like, fuck it. If y'all act like y'all don't understand, it is what it is. I'm not finna risk my motherfucking life trying to give y'all the conviction either. So, and that's pretty much. So I get it. I understand. That's why when folks be like, I can't snitch, I understand why they can't. Y'all have to understand the situation they're in. Sometimes their life is literally on the line because that man literally came back that night. Well, somehow he managed to get robbed because he showed what he had that day. Since he was showing off, he had 3 AKs and shit. I don't know who robbed him though. And he came back and shot up the complex, but he shot up the wrong house. Nobody got hurt, but yeah. And we knew he had put a money bag on the clip because there was like 2 bullets in the road. 2. And when we had called the police, I had told police, I said, you're running over bullets. That man, he looked at me and said, "And?" I said, say less. That's what we on. I said, all right. So it's an eye for an eye around this bitch. Is that what you telling me? The next day, he ended up not having a home because that's why I said, motherfucker, he's like, I'm going to get you one way or the other. The next day, he did not end up having a home. He got put out because police had been called over 3 times in a private complex. These condos are privately owned. At that point, you are a public nuisance, which means you're a public nuisance tenant, which means you have 7 days to vacate the fucking property. And that's exactly what happened. You should have never showed them guns, though. And should have never shot out motherfucking 2 little girls riding their bike. You might have never got robbed. Hint, hint. Just saying. Shit happens. That's why I be telling folks, I'm petty. I'm super petty. And I'm going to find my way to get my lick back. All I have to do is put a bird in somebody's ear. There's such and such around such and such, and nice little chunk of money right there. Didn't nobody hear shit. Didn't even know shit had been busted open. That man was so mad when he said, them motherfuckers always outside. I know for a fact they know who robbed me. No, they don't. I don't nobody know who robbed you. But, He ended up shooting up the wrong house. Shit happens. But it was just a shitty situation. But that's why I say I get it. I understand sometimes when somebody be like, they can't say something now, and but that was a completely different situation. And we're talking about grown people. When you got kids and things involved like that, that's completely different. You need a fucking snitch. I don't give a fuck who you a snitch. Like if I see a grown ass man with a little kid, I'm snitching. Fuck that. Especially if I know like that is not a normal relationship. I'm nah fuck that. I'm snitching. Cause I wish somebody would have paid attention to me when I was little. Real shit. Like no, it is sad. And that's why my mama didn't end up finding until like I was 30 fucking years old because at that point he was already dead and gone, and I was like, bring it up for what? He's gone. He's dead. I got my justice out of it. I got to see him die literally. But my mama, she didn't know, and I remember there was a big debate talking about kids and or women and kids not saying anything and why they choose not to come forward for so long. Well, a lot of us are scared shitless. We don't know the reaction somebody might give. We don't know. So a lot of us are scared to say anything. What the fuck is that? But a lot of us are scared to say anything because at 6 years old, I didn't say a motherfucking thing. I was too scared. That's a lot of us. I think a lot of us have come to the point that there is no rehabilitation for these chomos and predators. I think a lot of us gotten to that point. And like we said, a lot of it's not reported because they're scared. They're scared that they're not going to be believed. They're scared that they're not going to be able to. They go through all of this court shit and only to be told not guilty. What the fuck? It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot for any woman to deal with. Because even at 30 years old, even though it happened to me when I was 5 and 6, at 30 years old, it still took a toll on me. Because I remember asking my therapist, I was like, should I tell my mom or just let it be? He was like, let it be. Let sleeping dogs lie, because do you really want to open that wound again and then having to explain to your mama and then breaking your mama's heart? But then there was some shit that happened and I just finally said it, and my mama called me bawling. She was like, what the fuck? And when she found out who it was, she was like, your daddy would have killed him. I know. So there's many reasons why women don't come forward, but we need to start making a habit of believing it when they do. And I know, because me and Pika had this conversation one time. I do feel like some women, my ex is one of them. I'm gonna be honest. That bitch lied and said she got raped. I knew she was lying. Like we knew she was lying. She lied, said she got raped, and yada yada. After me and her broke up, because I'm like, bitch, if you got grape, then go to the police. She would not go to the police. Talking about last time I went, they wouldn't help me, so why should? But all right, cool. It was what, 3 years after we broke up? No, 4 years after me and her broke up. She had got with Hope, and I knew she was with Hope. So me and her broke up, and I ended up with my other ex. Um, she ended up being with the rapist in a whole relationship with him, but he raped you. This is no lie. I can call my mama, my sister, my brother, every last one of them tell you she told all of us it was rape. But you're in a relationship with the rapist. So some women do fucked up shit out here. Some do. I know it because I've been through it. I've witnessed it. And it's like I told her, I said, you just made it probably 20 times harder for any woman that has truly been through rape to say anything, because you out here lying on folks. And that shit ain't cool. Now, what if that man would have got hurt because of the people I know that wanted to ride? What if he would have got hurt or worse, dead? I know him. So that's why I was like, mm-mm. Some women do foul shit. I'm not gonna say they like. I'm not gonna say that. Some women do foul shit too. Cause I've witnessed it. I never thought I'd see a woman lie about some shit like that, but she did to my face, and not only to my face, but to my whole family. Cause we all knew. So I was like, bro. One day I just finally asked. I said, bro, is you pregnant? She was like, why you ask that? Nah, you acting real funny. Is you pregnant? I might be. What you mean you might be? Cause I ain't got one of those. God didn't give me that. I know what He blessed me with. It ain't one of those. So how the fuck you might be pregnant? Then she tried to flip it and say that after all those years, she tried to say we planned it, and I was like, bitch, you was delusional. You was real delusional. We didn't plan shit. You came home pregnant and then tried to make me want to be a fucking baby daddy, stud baby daddy, and I wasn't going. Because it got to the point where I tried to hurt that person that day. I'll admit it. I'm not. I did. I tried to. My daddy said, "You gonna kill her? That's a motherfucking point." Shit. I tried. Yeah, she lied about rape and then tried to make it seem like we planned this baby, and I'm like, bitch, how? When? Where? How? I ain't got one of those. So how? Hey, lurker. So how did I? How did we plan this? After that, I really stopped fucking with her. Because I would still talk to her from time, but when she did that shit, I'm like, bitch, you real delusional. Because she tried to come back, and I was like, bitch, I'd rather go back to my ex Ashley than be with your punk ass. Because at least with Ashley, I know she fucking crazy. You, I don't know what the fuck to expect. One minute you like me, the next minute you're fucking a man. One minute you want me, the next minute you pregnant with somebody else's child. I don't know. Get the fuck out of my face. So, but what topped the cake for me is when she got in a relationship with her supposed rapist. The same person that you said raped you at your job. You ended up in a 4-year relationship with them. Then said wrong bitch when I said something about it because they broke up and then she. I was like, so every time you break up with somebody, you think you gonna call me. I'm good by myself. I'm straight. I'll struggle by my goddamn self. I'll do it by my fucking self before I let a motherfucker like you back in my life like that. I'm straight. Then by that time, kids calling me talking about they need money because she had kids and I helped raise them. Before Jade. Jade looks just like me. That's the fucked up part. Jade looks just like me. The little girl she had when she got pregnant while we was together. I guess I got on her nerves that goddamn much, but um, as they got older though, they would call me and shit, and can I get $25? And yeah, yada yada, and it's like, what the fuck is your mama doing? What the fuck is your mama doing? If y'all are calling me and I haven't talked to y'all in over 2 or 3 years, and y'all, I'm not knocking the kids for asking, because I mean, shit, a closed mouth don't get fed. I'm not knocking them for asking, but I am knocking that bitch. Like, what is you doing? You out here chasing every dick and piece of shit that fly in your goddamn face instead of taking care of your kids, or you looking for a come up and yada yada. Fuck out of here. So there's some women out here that I know are foul, because I like me and Pika had a knockdown drag out about it one day, and I when I heard that story, she was like, "Oh yeah." So don't tell me there ain't shitty ass women out here, because there is. Is all women shitty? No, of course not. That's with anything. Men, women, kids. You just got some shitty people in each genre. Period. But it was because I remember her had that argument. She's like, but you can't sit here and say that a lot of women. No, there's believe it or not, quite a few that claim they were and wasn't. I'm not saying it's high, but there's a I know a good few thousand out there that claimed that they were raped and wasn't. Oh nonsense! She back at STD. She brought back Trick. That's why I got that. My daddy had to separate us. Yeah, that's why my daddy. Cause yeah, nah, bitch, you playing dangerous games now. You gonna bring back an STD too? Not only is you pregnant, but you bring it back an STD too. Bitch, bye. My dad said, you gonna kill it. That's the motherfucking point. I'm trying. Get off. I can laugh on that shit now. I mean, it probably wasn't funny back then, but hey, Miss Brittany. But yeah, it was. That's why I said, like, some. No, not all women lie. I'm not saying that, but you do have some women out here that do lie about rape. I have an ex that was one of them. The bitch lied to me dead in my face and my family's face. Then ended up in a whole relationship with said rapist. So then turned around and said, I never said that. So me and my whole family lying. Do you not think this shit through when you say it? But I don't know. You got, but like I said, you got good, and it does. It hurts the victims, and it hurts the people like that want to report it and don't, because once again, it's shit like that, and the cops just sitting here looking at you like, what the fuck, you know? It's crazy. It's ridiculous, but that's how the shit plays out, unfortunately. But it's fucked up though. I just I don't know where she at now. She's tried to contact me. Her baby daddy, he tried to use his probation as my place to get the PO approved. But yeah, because they're scared of getting judged and that they're going to be, oh, you're lying. You're lying. And you're absolutely right, nonsense. You're right. And then you got bitches like her that's actually out here lying. And I'm sorry that I use so much emphasis on that bitch, but that, yeah, it was personal. I don't like that bitch no more. I don't. That bitch took me through the ringer. For what? I don't know, but she did. But didn't nobody top Ashley punk ass though. That one, Air Mattress Ashley, whoo! Air Mattress had me wanting to go to jail. That's no lie. That one, I almost really did throw my life away and just said, fuck it. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's when I said, you know what? I need to go get some motherfucking help because she don't know how close she is. Like, leave me the fuck alone and stop playing with me. And when I tell people that they don't be understand, like, bro, this is my worst enemy. This. And when it starts running, there's no stopping it. And when I get in those modes, I panic. So when I panic, it's like a fight or flight mode. But my thing is, I'm not flighting, period. So I'm a fight. And when I turn fight, I'm going to turn deadly, basically. So it's just best, like, that she don't know. She do know because I actually told her, I was like, I'm gonna call your mama and I'm gonna tell her why I did it because I don't want your mama thinking I just did it just to do it. I'm gonna tell her why I did it because your child is not innocent whatsoever. Like it got to that point, and I knew I had to exit out because I was about to do some dumb ass shit. So I got on the fuck down because I mystery no worse. Shit, I'm actually about to get off here. I've been gone 3 hours. Um, but I had to realize like that shit. I never want to be in that place again, and I don't ever want nobody to have over me or have that much control over me again because that was control basically. She had control over me, and I never want anybody to have that much fucking control over me again ever in life. And that's why when I tell folks I get it mentally, I've been there. I get it. I understand. I have been there. When I say I've been on both ends, the receiving and the, you know, I get it. And that's why I try to think about shit now before I do and before I act or before I say. Now, sometimes I'm just going to fly off the mouth. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck how you feel. But then there's other times where I think about it and I'll sit down and I'll think about it before I say something and go from there. On nonsense, we had to. It was toxic. It was real toxic. And the crazy thing is now, she's still toxic. She's still toxic. I see how she talks to her baby daddy, and I'm sitting here, I'll be like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't talk to me like that. You gonna talk to me like you got some sense? Or get the fuck on. She be talking to folks like she ain't got no sense, bro. And that shit be driving me wild. I couldn't do it again. But today's conversations have been raw. It has been a good chat. I got to roll too because I got to get the babies out. It's 4 o'clock here. Actually 4:30, and it's actually about feeding time. But y'all look into those stories that, and I will be posting articles and links so y'all can follow along with it as well, and so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It's a bunch of crazy shit going on in Alabama, man, and I don't know what we need to do to get these inmates up out of fucking Alabama. If we, that's what we got to do, protect them. But there should be no reason why DOJ informants ended up unalive. Period. So, but I will get those posted for y'all. Y'all have a good, blessed evening. Y'all be safe out here and love one another. Peace, y'all.